Do-rag wisdom, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to April Fool's Day, Y2K 20. Fake Senate impeachment trial, no vindication, no adjudication, no exoneration, and repeat. The music today in the background comes from the movie Madame Bovary by the late great Maestro Miklos Rozsa. I am sorry to say this, and I do not want to appear to be saying that I told you so. I was prepared for what was going to happen once we placed a tyrant into our Oval Office. I have to remind everyone again and again that the monster we have posing as our president got where he is because half of the registered voters in our country did not vote, or they voted for a useless third-party candidate in Y2K16. I say useless because our constitutional democratic republic is sadly only designed for two parties. I knew that our country had finally stepped over the line when we went to sleep and allowed a traitor to become one of the most powerful creeps on our planet. And you know how bad it is already, right? I knew that when turd traitor Trump won the Electoral College, not the popular vote, that something terrible was going to happen. Nuclear war? Or how about a worldwide pandemic? Now again, you can't blame Trump for that. You could just blame the fact that pollution and all that stuff I'm talking about, how all the threads work together. We abuse this planet, the planet creates viruses and the like. So how about a worldwide pandemic? I want to once again repeat that you should not listen to anything that comes out of Trump's sewer. His goal is to exterminate the undesirables. And if he can use a natural disaster like a pandemic to do this, why not? Always remember what the traitor turd Trump did to Puerto Rico. Remember, to those that I care about, I warn you, turd Trump only helps those who bow down to him and those who agree with him, and the rest of us he wants dead. Call that a conspiracy theory if you wish. I don't want you to be led astray. But I have knowledge of what a bully and a sociopath is, and I know what this creep in the White House, what his goal is. Imagine if millions in blue states die so that Trump can boost his numbers. The only thing saving us is the fact that moronic turd Trump supporting governors like the one in Mississippi and the one in Florida are keeping their beaches open and their social distancing to nothing. However, believe this or not, I want no one except for Trump and his enablers to die from this virus. I actually feel sorry for the clueless out in our real world who support him. And ironically, more of them may die than those who live in Trump-denying blue states. Since I subscribe to speculative fiction and cautionary tales, I knew that when this Trump trash was elected, I had entered the Twilight Zone. And this Twilight Zone, sadly, is without Rod Serling. In this tale, totalitarian's king of our planet, Putin, manages to get Trump to be president of our country. His goal is to undermine and destroy the very existence of the USA. Similar to me, Putin knew that if a Trump were elected president of our country, nothing but disaster would follow, and it has. There has not been a nuclear war yet, but we still have 10 months left in which the turd traitor Trump will occupy our Oval Office unless we allow for the same mistake again. In the meanwhile, we are left with the era. This era beginning with the Y2K20, the CV-19 pandemic. The goal of Trump and Putin here is to murder as many American citizens as possible, using the CV-19 as camouflage. In order for this to succeed, they must be subtle. Luckily for us, Traitor Trump can never be subtle. You can see this turd coming at you from miles away. So check out how Turd Trump is handling the pandemic. Turd Trump was slow to respond, calling it a quote-unquote Democrat, unquote, and quote, fake news hoax. Traitor Trump is forcing states to compete for ventilators and protective gear as if this was a reality show. Turd Trump wants states to give him love before he helps them. Traitor Trump is especially targeting blue states for his attacks. Turd Trump is spreading a lie that New York and California were slow to respond to the virus when it is he who was slow to respond. The entire country should be on lockdown, but there are Trumpist governors who insist on keeping it all open, including Trumpist DeSantis of Florida, home to thousands of elderly Traitor Trump supporters. If only these pathetic old schleppers knew about a word called irony. Turd Trump states are using this pandemic as an excuse to close abortion clinics so that women who need the procedure are denied their rights to choose. We have been told that even if we practice everything that we need to do in order to flatten the curve of this virus, we could still have from 100,000 to 200,000 deaths in the USA alone. And Traitor Trump said that would be a success. Of course it will be a success. Who will live and who will die? Will this be up to Trump and Putin? Or will we attend the polls or vote any way that we can to eradicate the true plague of our planet? Fascist, racist, extremist, totalitarian hatred. I am both sorry to say and happy that I was ready for the worst. It comes from all watching science fiction, reading speculative fiction, stuff like that. Cautionary tales. I hope all of you watching this will understand when we allowed for a Turd Trump, I was depressed for a month because I knew for certain we in this country were in a war. Trump and Putin will use this virus to murder all those who oppose them.